before we start I have my guy here. It's called Patrick. We normally record at our studio. So I wanted to ask everyone before we embark on the meeting. Have you guys subscribed to my YouTube channel? I have a confirmation. I have a confirmation from Anne only. It's called Sango Insights. SANGO alafu Insights. Sango Insights. I think we have some 4 to 5 extra members if they can subscribe. We are at 936, heading to 1000. I can do a little bit introduction about financial literacy and everything, but if you can, you or Elvis can engage me in questions and everything, give opportunity to other members so that they can ask questions. And I want it to be a healthy session whereby we engage each and everyone very amicably. So we want to discuss today the financial literacy. How is it important? How can be one a financial literate person? How does it impact our community? How does it impact our country? And how does it impact our lives and livelihoods in general? So financial literacy is whereby, in simple common terms, is where do I spend whatever I'm getting? Where do I spend whatever I'm getting? Where do I spend the income I'm getting? Am I spending it in a good cause, or am I just spending it randomly? And if you know whatever your money is going, where your money is going, how much money you are spending, are you spending extravagantly, are you saving, are you on a budget? Or if you have any idea about those things, then you have some little bit idea of financial literacy. So financial literacy has a lot of importance, and if you are financial literate and you know how to save, how to budget for things, how to come up with an extra income, how to spend your things in a very amicable way so that you don't have these regrets, you don't have some mental things and everything, because financial literacy is well connected with your mental health. You see, when you board a matatu, you find sometimes people who are uh, near you, they are not happy. You talk to someone and he's not there. You talk to someone, he or she is not there. His mind is away. He's thinking about struggles, the school fees of the children. Maybe he has a lot of debts from from circles, from banks, and everything. And you find up you are going at a longer distance. Maybe you guys are going to Nakuru, and that person does not even look at you. He's just holding his cheek like this, and then he's thinking a lot. A lot is going through his mind. Maybe he's even a youth, and then you see he has a funny facial expression. If we could bring the factor of financial literacy, it could help him or her a little bit to maybe lower that particular tension, because maybe this guy, the reason why he's so depressed, he was given a lot of money, he has earned a lot of money, and then he finished it at a once, maybe at a casino, maybe at a club, maybe at a betting and everything. Nowadays we have a problem of is it called the betting company Aviator, something called Aviator, and there was a mass awareness about it because it is finishing the youth. The youth are even betting on their school fees. They are betting on their hospital fees. Maybe someone is sick and then their parents have given them money. They're even risking their health just to bet. So those things, if person is not being advised very well, it can lead up to chaos in his life. It can lead up to he is not settled mentally, he's not happy, and so it affects a lot of things. It affects even our family background, because people tend to hate each other because I'm your brother, I'm your younger brother, I'm your younger sister, I'm your elder brother, and you're not helping me, yet you have money. But in real sense, you person, yes, you have money. At the end of the month, you get on 50,000. But where is that 150,000 going? Uh, you see, you are not organizing yourself, and the other person outside is not understanding that particular scenario. Is thinking maybe you're giving it to someone's daughter, or maybe you are eating it anyhowly, uh, and you are not willing to give it to them. But it is opposite. Yeah, you are earning 150,000, but that 150,000, even you are not getting even you you end up having other debts. Yet you are earning 150. Maybe you have some Shylock, some Fuliza debts. Your friends are you gave your friends a lot of money as a debt. Maybe you have spent a lot of money on these non-essential things, which are not very much, they are not needs, they are just wants, the things which you want. So you see, if you look on that particular scenario, you tend to feel that it is causing problems in families, a lot of families, a lot of divorce cases because of money. There is a study I have seen whereby a lot of divorce cases are being caused as a result of insufficient money in the household. Because if you this is a different generation from the other generations, maybe the generation of baby boomers and everything. You know, that particular generation, the needs was so little, and people could survive on even cassava and sorghum and mihogo and everything, and then life could continue. But nowadays, there's school fees, there's internet fees, a lot of expenses have emerged which were not there before. Transport, you want to go to sharks, you have a sick alien member in hospital, you have these chamas, you have a lot of a lot of expenses which were not there before our generation. I mean, we are the same generation with the Gen Zs, and the millennials are in the same generation, but the baby boomers and our grandfathers, their generation was they were too close. So even a person could survive on a salary. But nowadays, sincerely speaking, a person who is earning 30,000 in Nairobi is not even enough. Yeah, you can budget for it. No amount of money is so small, or no amount of money is so few. If you budget for it very well, you can cater for majority of your needs. But as time goes, recession is here. There is inflation, a lot of interest, a lot of so the money which you, like 30,000 today is not the same with 30,000 in 2010. 30,000 in 2010, as a result of inflation and everything, 30,000 in 2010 could cater for a lot of things. But nowadays, the rent is almost 10,000. That is a third of your salary going. If you add up the internet expenses and the electricity, water, and maybe one of your school children, one of your kids' school fees, then two-thirds of your salary has gone. That is almost 20,000 has gone. See, that is a little bit so harsh. So in our society, in our household, in our uh, financial literacy is most important thing. Even it is more important than other courses which are being taken by people. Because if we are not financial literate people, then we cannot be able even to drive our economy. our country today is facing a lot of challenges. Things are not moving smooth. The government is having problems. There is no cash flow in the country. There is no money flowing. People are very much depressed and angry with the government because of less money, because of less financial it add up to things to do with finance. I believe if today our current president could inject a lot of money to our economy, and he could maybe reduce the expenditure, the unnecessary expenditure, and then he use that particular money and he puts it to the pockets of the citizens, he could be elected on the second term, and this one term issue could end. But you see, there is a lot of corruption, there is a lot of theft, there is a lot of uh, selfishness in the country. Not only politicians, even the junior clerk is selfish. The junior clerk is corrupt. The junior clerk wants money. So maybe you are a contractor and you did a job, and then you find out that job you did is 3 million. That 3 million takes a lot. It First of all, it takes a lot of time to be paid, maybe a year to be paid. And then when you want to be paid, the CEO takes some percentages, 10%. The general manager takes percentage, and the clerk takes percentage. The person signing for you takes percentage, and then you tend to remain with some money, whereby that money you use it for debt, because whatever you are supplying, maybe you took it from a hardware, local hardware, and then he's on your neck every now and then. You end up remaining with nothing, and yet you did business. Imagine how that particular person can feel. I've been asked a question by Anne. She's saying, what percentage should one spend on school fees, rent, food, health, insurance, or mortgage? It mainly depends on your whatever you are earning. And if you're earning, there is difference between a person who is earning a million and a person who is earning a 20,000. A person who is earning a million tend to take his kids to a moderate school, whereby the school fees is almost even adds up to 100,000. But a person who earns 20,000, his school fees cannot be more than 5,000. Sincerely speaking, because if you exceed that particular threshold, then you are causing a serious harm to your money. And as I speak about this particular topic, I would like the attendants and the listeners also to engage me in comments, so that I can be able to answer each and every question. We can be able to engage. Even you can open your mic so that you can ask me a question. I can reply to you. I'm now touching on the general issues regarding our country. I will come to these private issues also. But literally, I want you to understand the reason why I'm coming up with a lot of history, with a lot of these stories, is I want you to understand where the problem is, where the people are very sad in our country, and what is the problem? Why are people very sad? What is the problem? And can we be able to tackle this problem if you are financial literate, if you have a good financial literacy, uh, and can we be able to live uh, in harmony together? It comes from the word harmony hearts. Thank you so much, my brother Elvis. Um First of all, there are two different budgeting. There is real budgeting and there is mental budgeting. The real budgeting is when you come up with a book and paper. You sit down, and you alone. You sit down in a room alone. You write up whatever your salary is. What are the essential things? What is the most basic thing I need? the wants, the luxury things and everything. That is real budgeting. Also we have this mental budget whereby someone says mimi najua pesa yangu inaenda wapi, or mimi najua place nitapeleka pesa zangu, something like that. And then someone comes up with this funny, or 2000 is for rent, hiyo ingine ni hivi, hiyo ingine ni hivi, something like that. That is mental budgeting. But the real budgeting is sit down, even for 1 hour, you alone, come up with pen or paper, write down whatever your earning is. So that is the real budgeting. So let's take this example of 30,000. There is this rule, 50 30 20 rule. 50% of your salary, that is let me take this calculator. 30,000, let's take this example. Am I audible? Because I can see most of the people are silent. uh yeah, I'm audible, eh? You guys should engage me a little bit so that I cannot speak. I fear that I speak a lot and nobody is maybe hearing me. You should write their comments. You should raise up your hands. You should engage me more. So 30,000. Let's say someone is earning 30,000, because the reason why I'm repeating 30,000, that is majority of workers in government and private institution earn after deducting the statutory deductions, that is the housing levies, the PAYEs, the NSSFs, the SHAs, and the NITAs and everything. I believe that is very average, the 30,000. 50% of 30,000, that is 15,000. 50% should go to the needs, basic needs which you cannot live without. That is your rent, your electricity, your water bills. um, those are basic needs. Nobody can live without shelter. We are told in was it social studies in primary, or was it science? It was a long time ago, I cannot remember. The basic needs were shelter and food, and what the other thing, if you can remember, just write a comment. But I remember it was water. I mean, it was food, shelter. There were three basic needs which we were taught back then in primary school. And so yeah, clothing. Thank you, Mwenda. Thank you, Mwenda. And I'm very glad that we are having this conversation, because this is a conversation that is very, very much vital, very much imperative. So 50% of 30,000, that is 15,000, should go to those basic needs. That is whatever I've spoken earlier on. 30%, 30,000 is something to do with 9,000. If I can do quick calculation on with my mind, that is 9,000. 9,000 should go to these beyond the basic needs, that is your school children education. If you don't have a kid, maybe clothing, maybe the internet fee, maybe you are doing an online job. So it depends. Sometimes the basic needs also depend um, on whatever you are on whatever career you are on. If you are doing an online job, then an internet it is not a luxury. It is very basic, because that is what is giving you your earning. That is where you are getting your daily, Kenyans say, unga. That is where you are getting your daily bread. So internet in that particular case is not luxury, or is not non-essential. It is very much essential. So 30%, it is 9,000. Thank you, Elvis. But this 9,000 should go to school fees, should go to internet, should go to then it should go to these basic things, buying materials for the house, for the household, whatever is missing and everything. That is the 30%. 20% is whereby it's you need to save, and that one is 6,000. You need to save that particular 6,000. Maybe 3,000 you save, maybe 3,000 you pay the debts and everything you are on. So if you're earning 1 million, then 50% is 500,000. 500,000 should go to your basic needs. That is we cannot say basic needs on 1 million. If we include rent and everything there, it looks a bit exaggerated, because 500,000 cannot be used on rent and these other things. But if you're earning 1 million, maybe your rent is close to 100,000, because I know the habit of Kenyans. The people tend to I know communities are different. People from Mount Kenya are not the same from with the people of Nyanza. A person from Nyanza can use even 500,000 to rent, but a person from Mount Kenya, according to the studies, and I'm not being biased, it's just a by the way, a person from Mount Kenya is so frugal with his income. He tends to maybe 50,000 rent. A person from Kenya is Montana, it's enough. So sometimes it's even depends on whatever you believe, whatever your family background, your ego and everything. It depends on a lot of things. But personally, me, if I'm earning 1 million, my rent cannot exceed 80,000, because I need to invest a lot, I need to save a lot, I need to put extra money for anything that is coming up, because you may never know. Someone may get sick, your kid can get a sick, someone may get an accident. You need to send maybe one of your closest relative who has passed so well, so that he can go to a good university, Ivy League University. So 1 million even is not enough money, maybe to say I'm very certified. No money is enough, actually. What I normally advise people to, if you're earning 30,000, aim, toil hard so that you can go to 50,000. If you're earning 100,000, toil hard so that you can go to 200,000. If you're earning 200,000, toil hard so that you can go to 400,000. If you're earning 400,000, go to 600,000. 1 million, go to 2 million, go to 3 million. Yeah. So no money is enough. So a person who feels that he is certified, I think he is from another generation, because if this generation, uh, the taxes keep on increasing, the food keep on increasing, everything is hiking, there are a lot of wars. You see the Ukraine and how it affected us, the Ukraine and Russia, and the Ukraine and Russia conflict, how it affected us. It affected the wheat, it affected the normal Kenyan, the normal farmer. So there are a lot of hidden circumstances which may arise later on in life. So I normally encourage people to save a lot, invest a lot, do a lot of things. And I have spoken about it. I was in KBC last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and I was speaking about the same matter. You may end up having an crisis whereby the VAT goes to maybe 18%. The somewhere the president can increase, can come up with extra taxes, whereby you need to, the housing levy was not there during Uhuru tenure, but now it is there. They if God, thanks God, the finance bill 2024 was stopped. They wanted even to tax the fuel. They wanted to tax the car which you bought in every year. So there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things you need to consider. So my first lesson today should be: don't ever get satisfied. Don't ever feel that you have reached. Then you don't need to get into that. You need to do extra, come up with extra income, come up with an extra thing. So the thing is budget. The thing about budgeting, if I come back to Elvis Kani and question, is do the 50%, 30% and 20%. 20% of your income, save it. 30% do it on kids and everything, buying clothes for your kids, buy the things which are needed, the equipment and everything, and everything, the paintings and everything. 50%, that is the now your shelter, rent, food and everything, and water and everything, that should go to the 50%. So can I a question arises, can I earn more? Yes, you can earn more. I'm referring to the questions that was posed by my sister Anne. Yeah, you can earn more. You can come up with side hustles. Maybe you can start a side hustle whereby uh, uh, maybe you work for the government. You can get a bolt, a taxi, whereby um, it's not necessary you buy a car. Nowadays people do buy. I will come back to your question, Elvis. So let's say you work for the government, or you work for even these private institutions on weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and instead of you engaging in maybe pleasure and everything, or going to places whereby you don't get money unless you spend money, you can use that particular time to maybe take a bolt and do hustle on weekends, and give the owner of the guy of the taxi, or the but that particular car, they normally take 1,000 to 1,500, and you can even get at you can generate an extra of 2,000 on that 2 days. And sometimes if the business favors you, who knows, you can even leave your whatever you are doing, and then uh, commit yourself 100% on that particular business, which will end up paying you more than even your salary. Let's say you are earning a salary of 30,000. I'm repeating 30,000 a lot. And then you get that particular car, and every day you are getting 2,000. That is 60,000. You have doubled your income. So that is one of the hustles. You can engage in digital activities, that is monetize digital skills. That is, you see, there are a lot of during our our university. I I used to see people writing assignments for people who are outside the country, and they used to earn some money. That is an extra income. Sell products online. You see, you get you tell one of the persons who sells laptops, for example, to send you all the pictures, and then you post it on your WhatsApp or your Instagram, and maybe someone buys, and let's say a month you find 10 customers who buy, and then you have your commission, and you have your extra money there. Um, or maybe you indulge in agricultural farming. You see, when I say agricultural, people tend to think about ushago. Yes, even if you have a plot in Utawala, and or you can, maybe your uncle has one of the plots there and it is vacant, you can borrow from him, uncle, and then do some farming there, and then sell that particular agricultural harvest, so that you can earn extra income. Yes, you can earn more. Just make sure you do whatever you are flexible with. Do extra, send yourself. I'm just translating it, jitume. Send yourself. That is it. Matters on debt. Elvis Kani, let me come back to that particular question. Matters of debt, is it possible to manage all debts? Is it possible to manage all debts? You see, I myself, there is a rule whereby I follow. I tend to minimize debts. You know, sometimes debt can bring an extra income, but sometimes it can be even a trap. You see, I don't have this problem now. I'm a grown-up person, but when I was during high school, and during earlier days in university, there was this something called fuliza, and most of the time there was this fuliza. You tend to pay the cab with it. You tend to pay the mamantilia with it and everything, and then it end up messing up with you. Maybe you used 5,000 and then your dad sent you 60,000 for school fees. You have 54,000. 6,000 has already, and then that particular, it's the moment, as long as you don't pay in time, it's accrues, it come up with extra interest and everything. So that's, maybe if you can borrow it from a friend, which is free. You see, as Muslims, our religion discourages from this debt. It's called riba. That's why most of the time you see a bank called La Riba, something to do with La Riba, because our religion fights a lot with debts and not debt, sorry, interest, because that thing is very bad. Because you took debt of 2 million and then you end up paying 2.6 million, and then you have not even profited. Maybe you took 2 million, you did contract with it, and your money has not yet come, and then the bank, whatever you set as a collateral, the bank will go and take it without no mercy at all. So matters to do with debt, if you can borrow debt from close family member, if you can borrow debt, if you can minimize all the debt, and then you organize yourself, you organize with whatever you have very keenly. I think then, if you are good financial literate person, you don't need a lot of debts. Maybe there is some emergency, but if you can arrange yourself very well with your little money you have, that is not even necessary at first. So, and let us discourage the debts with interest, because uh, it's I have seen it getting people into trouble, getting people into jail, people investment taken over. Imagine your building as a center of town being taken just because you have a 150 million debt. A very prime plot is being taken. See, people tend even to become mad because of that particular scenario, because of engaging in debts anyhowly. So I let's take it from even if you are taking it from take it with lower percentages and everything. But I normally discourage debts with interest. I have there were akina Jeff, akina the late Bob Colimo, the Peter Kenneth, they had what is called Boychal, not Boychal, Boys Club, sorry. If you have a boys club of 5 people, then you can interdebt among each other. You can borrow money and cash, and make sure you pay in time, so that you don't cause conflict, or you don't mess your friends financials. Elvis, did I answer your question, or you have another question? Did I give you a sufficient answer? The Lariba, uh, personally, I've not even gone for it, because that is the degree I don't want these debts. I personally even didn't go for it. I've never taken a loan from a bank, or if there is a loan I'm being owed, or a person, I've taken it from a friend or a close family member, or a person I know and I trust. We trust each other. So I will answer you. I will go do research about it, and then I will answer you personally, Mr. Elvis. But I've never taken it. That it shows you the degree whereby I discourage in your debts and everything. I normally encourage people to utilize whatever way they have, unless there is unforeseeable circumstances. That is a good question, Ann Casina. The thing is, if you have any business, uh, you know, I let me take this example. Me, I don't have money here, but my father was a he had this business of he was a herdsman. He used to sell. I'm from Taveta, Taita Taveta. So he used to sell cows to the Maasais and everything. So he taught me how to count money. He used to give me like 100,000. That was 15 years ago, 18 years ago. Uh, so I know how to count the money. If you give me 100,000 now, I can. There is I don't have money now. I like very easy. I used to count, and then the Masai, it's called Saitoti. One of them passed, but he passed, and then I used to count. My father gives he counts at first, and then he gives it to me, so that I'm the second person who makes sure it does not exceed or it does not less the amount. So he gives me, and then in just some second, the 100,000. So up to now, when I count my own money, I remember my father. That is so nostalgic. He is alive, yes, but that was a good lesson I was taught when I was young, how to count money. I was introduced to this 100,000, 1 million. I used even to count 1 million. It comes with a bag, and then I used to follow my father to the bank. He withdraws maybe 500,000. Then we go to the Maasai's and buy things, and then he used to send me to the Maasai so that I can take money. I myself, I can take money. I was barely 14, 13, 12 years ago. I was introduced to money at that tender age, you see, and that makes me a very responsible person. So first, I encourage the parents, if they have business at all, they should take their kids at their free time to those particular businesses, and so that it's a culture which also the Hindus and the Indians have, because you see an Indian business lasts for 2 centuries, because the parent introduces the business to the kid introduces business to his kid, to his grandparents and everything, and it's a continuous business. First of all, introduce the kid to that particular business you are doing at a tender age, and instead of giving him these mobile phones and big TV screens, and they end up getting half blind because of getting exposed to screen. They have a lot of screen time and everything. So, and that things makes me remember my father. At any juncture, I'm counting money. That was a good lesson, and I'm very proud of him up to now. I hope I have answered your question, Anne. Uh, my questions come. Let's make it a very healthy forum. Ask any question. I'm just engaged by Anne, Elvis, and I have a question from Geoffrey. He's asking, what will be the basics in creating a boys club or friends club? Are you in one? Kindly share your experience. Yes, I am in one. Uh, every person should be in one, because it's very much important. I have some 3 to 2 people. It's not a it's not a large one, but it's a proud one. Now I have this is my phone. This is my phone. I have a person whom whereby I can call, even if I want 100,000 now. I can call him. Kindly, can you give me 100,000? And then he gives me. Yeah, you should be able to excuse your friends so that you can end up having that 2 to 3 people whom you can form. Even if you don't have, you borrow money so that you can sort them. Hii mambo ya selfishness hapana. You won't have a boys club or a friends club if you have some hidden selfish agenda. You need to be straightforward. Sometimes even I don't have money, I borrow I borrow the next person. Kindly give me money so that I can give it to my friend, and then even if he doesn't have money, he will give it to me. So Just Geoffrey, you should go to your contacts list, choose 2 to 3 friends. I don't think they can exit three if we are sincere. they're so they're so few, and uh, they are so few. So choose, agree on some terms, give them money, take money from them, let it be habitual, and then you will continuously you will form that particular boys club or friend club. Yes, I have personally have. I hope I have answered your question, Geoffrey. Yeah, any other person, let's engage each other. Let's engage each other. This is the this is the one in a million chances we normally get. Who knows, we will meet up again, because let's engage each other. Let's ask each other questions. Yes, Philip. Thank you, Philip. That is indeed a great question. It starts with you. Are you that particular friend? Are you that particular person? When a genuine person needs you, are you able to be there for them? And I'm repeating, a genuine person, not any other person. A genuine person. You don't stand for every person. You're not a supernatural being. You are just a human, normal human being. But you need to have this. I told you, I was speaking earlier on. I said it is very, very. The percentage of getting that particular is very minimal. But charity begins at home. You must start with yourself. Am I a person? If I'm being approached by a genuine person, can I extend my hand so that I can help that particular person? And me personally, I was introduced to this particular value when I was young. uh, I became responsible when I was young. I used to help my parents and kins and everything when I was 15 years old. Now I'm 27. You can feel the amount of responsibility I have. If I started being responsible at 15. So if you have kids, teach them to love each other. Teach them, a brother to give to the sister. uh, they give each other, they stand up for each other. And me, at some point, even I'm being instilled to this generous thing. The other day, the other day, I normally live in Syokimau. So there was a, this habit of being generous. At some point, it helps a lot, and God will bless you more if you stand for each other. So there was this scenario which has happened, and I want to look for the. I'm looking at my phone. I wanted to look for the proof, so that it doesn't become things I'm just saying. So it was yesterday, and then I was using the expressway, the MTC. The MTC is whereby you normally give out some cash because you don't have the ETC. And then we were stuck in a jam, and then I was asking myself, what is wrong? And then there was one car in front of me, and then he was taking a lot of time. I asked one of the attendees, what's happening here? Why is this guy not? So me, uh, I was thinking that maybe he has a problem. Maybe he has lost the receipt and the payment receipt. Maybe his phone went off. Maybe the system is not working. I was thinking of that. I was not thinking that until I asked the attendee, the attendant there, what's happened, and then he told me this guy he doesn't have money. I didn't yell to that particular person. I didn't say, why is he here if he didn't have money, something like that. And then I asked, how much is it? It was 257. I paid 257, and the guy thanked me, and then he went. We will never see that. I will never see that particular person in my life. I may see him, but I cannot remember him. I think in Moja Expressway, something Moja Expressway. There is 337. There's 337 and there is 257, and then that helped me to ease the jam. The cars were piling there, has helped not only me, it has helped other motorists, so that the jam can ease, and then every person can go to his destination in a maybe maybe a person was attending to a sick person, maybe others are going to very important interviews where they could end up having a bigger job. So that 250,000 to 257 shilling has helped a lot. Not this one also. There was a time I was going. It normally happens on a daily basis. If I see someone who is stuck in matatu and he gets roughed up by the conductor or the Kamagera person, you just pay for him so that we save time and we save everything. I think a lot of death which we normally hear, if those people who are boarding that particular matatu, if they could stand up for their kin or for their friend or for their brother or a sister, that particular Kenya, was it Kenya Kwanza or was it what Kenya Mpya inaitwaje ile matatu? Ni Kenya Mpya, not Kenya Mpya, Super Metro. That particular incident of Super Metro whereby a person, and it keeps repeating, whereby a person was dead. If you could stand for him, not stand for him violently or you beat the conductor, no, stand for him by just paying. You tell the conductor, hey, is 30 shilling, 50 shilling, take the 50 shilling. So it will help a lot. So let me go back to the main point. uh, so it must start with you. Come up with these 3 4 friends, meet on a weekdays, and sit together, and that particular people should be people whom you have known each other for long period of time, and they are people of good character, so that they may not take advantage of this club you are trying to form. Have I answered your question, Mr.? Was it Philip or was it who? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, charity begins at home. Mm, 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 mm. Uh, yeah, 3 or 2. We don't even need a lot of people. Mm, thank you so much, Philip. Welcome. Any other question? Yes. Yeah. Can you come again? Come up again, Mr. Philip. And Philip, that is a good question. I'm not a finance guru. I'm just trying, as you are trying. Uh, I'm just It's just a reminder. I'm just reminding people on what to. Every person needs what to do, but I'm just reminding people on what to do again, so that they don't forget. I'm not a guru. I'm just like you. Yes, I do mentorship. And I have a personal mentorship program whereby I teach people on how to save and how to invest and where to invest and how to come up with these values and everything. And I, from next week, we our YouTube will have these classes whereby the investment classes, the budgeting classes, the saving classes, and everything, and also do uh, personal coaching if someone requires. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Philip. Hello. Oh, she's writing. Oh, I was wondering why Pauline was not communicating. What if you have a huge debt, even more than your salary? How do you balance? This is a very good question. This is a very this is a very good question. Pauline, what you need to do, you need to look for the percentage of that particular debt to your salary. You need to look for the percentage for the first time. Let's say you have a debt of 300,000 and your salary is 30,000. Uh, the percentage of that particular debt to or you divide the 300,000 by the 30,000, it is 10 times. So you can see that is a very huge debt. Then according to your circumstances or according to your needs and everything, and also it also depends with whom that particular debt, who has given you that particular debt. Those harsh people like banks, and those very understandable people like the boys club and the colleagues I was speaking about. If it is bank, then you must do something to pay them on that particular period or that particular duration you have been given, failure of which they will still multiply some interest. The thing will keep up increasing, which will be a chaos. So you need to set some if you look at the percentage for 300,000 and then the person who has given you is demanding on that particular period and it has some penalties and interest and circumstances, then you need to set even 15 or not 15, 45%. Sincerely speaking, you need to use 13,000 to pay that particular 300,000, or even half of it, 15,000 on a monthly basis, which will take you even 1 year and 8 months, or 1 year and 9 months to pay that particular debt. So it's goes down to who has given you that particular debt. Is he a very understandable person? Is he a person, if you default, he can be able to understand you and not charge you extra money in terms of interest or in terms of penalties? If he's a colleague, then 10,000 on a monthly basis is not bad, and you keep also, if it's a huge debt, I encourage you to maybe increase a little bit your income, so that if you are earning 30,000, even if you engaging in extra, maybe you become a mama fua. If I say a mama fua, it's not that I'm being harsh. The thing is, it's better to do an extra call to settle that particular issue with that particular debt, which is giving you a sleepless night. Me personally, I can even wash washrooms so that I can pay a debt, because it's not easy sleeping, knowing, hiding yourself, knowing a person is owing you. There is no honor in there is no honor when you are trying to pay someone. There is no honor in sleeping uh, very tight at night, knowing that someone harsh is owing you some, you have someone's money. So do some extra income, do the bolt I was speaking about, do engage yourself in digital income streams, engage yourself in chamas and circles, so that you can get money. If you engage yourself in chamas and then your time comes, maybe you are in the chama whereby you pay 5,000 in a month, and then your time comes and then they give you 75,000, you give out that 75,000, it has scattered for a third of your debt. So it comes up, it's come down, what salary are you are you being given, who is that particular person who has dated you, and how is your circumstances. First of all, I will encourage you to do the percentage, deduct whatever your needs, whatever is remaining, pay that particular debt. The second advice I'm giving you, come up with extra income so that you can increase your income, so that you can use that extra money to also settle that particular debt. Have I answered you, Pauline? Hello, Pauline. Pauline has raised her hand. Do you have still is your question answered, or you still have some question? Pauline? Oh, Pauline has written there. Thank you. I think I've answered the question. Maswali zije.
Fadi, there's a question before Pauline.
Yeah.
By Wenda. Could you see it from your end?
Okay, I wanted to know hapo kwa budget in a situation whereby you have some needs taken care of. Ama you don't need to spend 50% to meet them. Is it okay to spend more on other things? Am I saving what I used to start investing? Okay, I wanted to know hapo kwa budget in a situation where you have some of the needs taken care. Ama you don't need to spend 50% to meet them. Is it okay to spend more on other things? Am I saving what I used to start investing? Yes, let me start with the last question. I think that one is which I have understood the most. Are my savings what I use to start investing? Yes, your savings should be the first thing you use when you're starting investing, when you're starting to invest, rather than going for maybe loans, which when you're investing, you're taking a risk. So if you take risk, you are saving. At least you are secured because that is your money. So when you invest on other people's money or other people with loans which has huge interest, and then you end up not paying, or the business does not give itself IGPay. I'm translating it directly. I think that is a burden. But if you use your personal savings, you invest on maybe MMFs and the stocks and everything, I think that is a better option. We are saving so that we can. We are not saving to spend. We are saving to invest. That should be our motto. We are not saving to invest to spend. We are saving to invest. Okay. Let me try to understand the upper part of it. I want you to know hapo kwa budget. In a situation whereby you have some of the needs taken care of, ama you don't need to spend 50% to meet them, is it okay to spend more money on other things? More money on other things. What are other things? When you say other things, it's a kind of general. There are things which it is important to spend money on. There are things which you can spend money on, and there are some things which is not advisable to spend money on. I wanted to know, Mr. Mwenda, what are those? What are some other things you are speaking about? Direct it to, if you are all the expenses are sorted, direct it to savings. That is very short and precise, because I have given you two categories. That was the 30% and the 20%. Take the other remaining, get it to your savings, because I've spoken a lot of things. I've spoken to unforeseeable circumstances whereby you need cash. Money is when you are liquid, you are more stable than when you are not liquid. They say cash is king. You see, all these politicians, they are they are being respected, they are being fearful because they have cash. A politician has 100,000, you go to him, maybe even you want to yell at him, he gives you 10,000, and then you are keeping quiet. And that's why many of the times the voters are being bought because of cash. So in the Harambes, those people with a lot of cash are being respected more than the other people. So yes, you need to be liquid. Be liquid, Mr. Mwenda.